For the Sega Saturn, we do have all kinds of different controller solutions. Where we have the original controller that was kind of wicked, where there's one of those first ones with an analog stick. Personally, I really love the pad. The pad, I do own a couple of them, even including the Japan version. However, this is already from a different brand, the Retrobit edition. Yep, at first glance, I wouldn't even say that this wasn't a fake one, but let's be honest, I'm not like this super Sega, let's say, expert. However, when it comes to controllers, I do know when I love something or I don't. And in this video, we're going to take a close look at another, let's say, Retrobit solution. But this is the wireless Sega Saturn controller I didn't own, but this can be great for, let's say, emulation, because this thing can be used on the Sega Saturn, the Sega Mini Drive, Mac PC, PlayStation 3 and even the freaking Switch. That is just wicked. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. In today's video, I just wanted to take a close look at the 8-button arcade pad, 2.4 GHz wireless. And this is going to be absolutely a blast to the past because, man, this is going to be so much better than using one with a wire. Or is it going to be absolutely in one big, let's say, misery? First part, I just wanted to do an unboxing to see what are we having when it comes to the internal stuff. However, I do know when it comes to Retrobit that it's not going to be a very big disappointment already. I've been reviewing all kinds of different versions, including the Sega, let's say, pads, and those were all amazing. Okay, so let's see if I can leave the box in good condition. Sometimes I rip and tear these things automatically. So in here we're finding the deluxe case, and this is one of those very cool things they're doing over there. I also had this same situation when it comes to the Sega or the Sega Mega Drive or Genesis. We can just open it up like that and having this premium idea feeling. What the? No, the little insect didn't come with the box, let's be clear about that. Go away. Go away. So when you're looking at, let's say, the controller, you know, I just realized that it looks like a happy face. These are the eyes and this is the mouth. Or is this, do I like hallucinating now? Okay, whatever. The thing is, when you're looking at the controller and the Retrobit quality, it's going to be not disappointing at all. So we're having both the shoulder buttons are very nicely clickish. So it comes with a tiny battery that will give you a couple of hours of game time. You can already see over here, because of the translucent case, it is possible to replace it fairly easy by just removing it from the connection. So when it comes to the D-pad, I can tell you that this thing is absolutely nice. It just feels at least the best, one of the best resistance I've ever felt. With like the floating D-pad configuration, and also when it comes to the A, B, X, Y buttons, they feel absolutely amazing. And the start button is going to be like a rubberized, but this thing can be epic when it comes to emulation and your original system, because when you're just having all kinds of, let's say, configuration methods, where you can just, yeah, this review goes great from. So the Retrobit comes with a plug-and-play solution for your Sega Saturn. So that is super convenient. And then we're having over here the dongle for the PC and the Switch and all other craziness. So we can even play on different systems with that. So that's kind of cool. So we're only having one controller that you can use for all kinds of purposes. So in here we're having the micro USB cable. Yep, they're still using micro USB. Maybe they're going to be using Type-C. Thank you for your purchase, Retrobit. Yep, very nice. Very looking card. Let's see, share a bit of your retro side. And in here we're finding the instruction manual with some explanation how everything would be configured, particularly when it comes to the mapping over here. You can just see the controllers, so you can make a drive, Saturn and all the other ones. And we do even have the D input and the X input, so that's going to be interesting, particularly when it comes to playing some retro emulation if you want to. So when it comes to the wireless controller, we do have a home button over here and a select start. Now we're thinking like, hey, is it so special? Yep, it is, because with the normal configuration of the Sega Saturn, we don't have these buttons at all. And this has to do because, of course, we can use it for different systems, like the Nintendo Switch. Mamma mia! But the first thing that we're going to be doing is charging it for some time, because this is one of the necessary things that we're going to be doing. I also tested it out with some different controllers, using a different cable at the moment because I already had this thing laying around. But let's charge this thing for some time and let's test it out and plug it in when it comes to the dongle. And let's have some retro fun now. But also what we're going to be using in the video today is going to be my Japanese like modified system, or modified, we swapped the case. So it's absolutely beautiful Resolute case we can find on AliExpress, because my original was not complete and in very bad condition. Of course we're going to be using it with the controller, and then we're going to be combining this with the HDMI solution. So this is Sega Saturn 2x, quite expensive. You also have a normal, let's say, HDMI to the console solution. They're not the perfect ones out there, but it's just very convenient. Connecting is going to be super easy. The only thing that we're going to be doing is plugging this thing in. As you can see over here, we're going to be having the LED start blinking. Same goes over here. You're going to be holding the start. It's going to be searching. And next thing we're going to be doing is connecting and pressing over here the button for syncing it. And that's it. And that's the only thing how you're going to be like connecting it to the dongle itself. But let's boot up a game and let's start playing and see how comfortable the controller is going to be. Tone down. So first of all, I think it's absolutely amazing to have this thing in the wireless mode. I do get myself more often these, like say, wireless controllers. It's so convenient. And for an original system, this is going to be absolutely epic. And the D-pad is very comfortable. I don't notice any delay whatsoever, even playing this on an LCD. Of course, a CRT would be like the ultimate, let's say, best experience for retro gaming. But I'm just surprised like how good Retrobit making these controllers. You know, I have all kinds of brands like 8BitO. It's absolutely amazing, but this, yeah, I can tell you that this is such a blast to the past. So what is important that we're going to be actually trying to play this, and now it's super important how comfortable and how accurate the D-pad is, that we don't have any delay. What is kind of cool with this game, when actually like letting go of the acceleration, you can just hear like the noise of the turbo or the blow-off valve. That is kind of cool. I never knew that was a thing with this Sega Rally game. The only game I mostly played was Colin McRae on the PlayStation, so I completely skipped the Sega Rally, but it's kind of cool. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. Can I even go to the first place? Oh, you need to go to the next stage. Ah. Alright, see how it navigates with some Duke Nukem. And this is absolutely one of those great examples, like if the D-pad is not right, it's going to be absolutely unplayable. But so far so good. Let's get to the weapon. There we go. Yeah, the D-pad of this thing is absolutely amazing. Let's see if I can use all the other buttons. So for the next part, let's see how it actually works when it comes for the D-pad and fighting games, because for me this would be otherwise the best wireless fight pad we can get. So we know that navigating with this is going to be great for a normal game like the Duke Nukem. But yep, they absolutely nailed it with the D-pad. Also the configuration is so great with this controller. Oh yeah. Yep. Man, I'm going to love this controller. Okay, that was kind of weird. And the cool power-ups. Yeah. Yeah, this is the one. Oh, the music on this is so fun. This game is so cool. But how about if you want to use the controller in the PC? So let's try that and let's see how it actually works and if it's really ready to go, or do we need to configure some stuff. But how about playing on the PC? I did notice when it comes to the controller input, we do need to do some configuring here, like simply because this is not the way how I want to have my button mapping. It's not corresponding with the inputs, or at least like what's showed on the screen itself. But playing it works perfectly, no problem whatsoever there. So it's absolutely great to see that we can actually use this on multiple systems, and there's just an extra bonus to it. I am just flabbergasted how good it actually works on the original Sega Saturn. I am just a big fan of this controller now, and maybe I'm going to be using this as my main controller. However, you're looking at it for, let's say, different systems like Windows, so I still need to do some tinkering. This has to do because I did notice when it comes to the button inputs, it's not like a plug-and-play solution at this point. So it's great for the Switch and all kinds of devices, and this can be a very interesting thing when you're buying it, particularly when getting both of the dongles. Thank you all for watching, consider subscribing, hit the little bell, and if you have some questions, you can always leave it in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.